Welcome to day 355 of our Deso journey. I'm Ed Krasenstein here with my twin brother Brian. And remember, these videos are sponsored by NFT Tech. They are an investor in CloutFeed. So yesterday there was a video released, and Nader and Team Deso released a 30-plus-minute video, Brian. I didn't have a chance to watch the entire thing. I know you did. So you want to talk a little bit about that? Yeah, the video basically summed up Deso in a nutshell. It was over 30 minutes. What Nader did was segment it so that there's a quick kind of like an index where you could jump around to different spots of the video easily in YouTube related to different topics. So it's basically started from the beginning, like what is Deso, and worked its way all the way to what's going to happen in the future. And I think a lot of it's rehashed. If you've been on Deso for more than probably a month or so, you probably know most of what he talked about. I think it's mostly for new people who are coming on board. But the ending part of the video, he provided some more insight into DAO, gave some information on what's to come and some of the scheduling of what's to come. So like some key points that I just want to point out. He said that the core team's trying to work on something he called a Deso mobile app portal. So as you know, Deso is fragmented into different nodes. You've got Diamond app, you got BitClout, you got NFTs, you got Polygram, you got Supernovas, you have the social world, you have all these different nodes. But when you join Deso, you don't really understand, hey, you can go to any of these websites and it's all pulling from the same database. So what they want to do is they want to create a portal mobile app. So maybe a mobile app for your phone, obviously, that links all of these nodes together and all of these projects together. So like Deso Messenger as well, and just whatever other project, maybe CloutFeed or maybe CloutCast. And you can quickly see that all of these are interconnected. And I think that's important because that's what's going to kind of be the cohesive bond and be able to retain users, is them knowing, hey, I have all these different websites and different services that are operating on Deso that I can use. It's not just Diamond app, or it's not just BitClout. So I love that idea. Nader also said more listings are coming. He particularly named Binance. He said they're working on Binance. And they're hoping to get that soon. He didn't give a time frame exactly. He also said that coin splits might be coming later this year. So we heard of coin splits before, where it's like a stock split. So you might split 1,000 to 1. He actually suggested 1,000 to 1. So instead of the Deso price being worth $30, there's going to be 1,000 times every Deso you own, you're going to get 1,000 Deso. And supply and demand should equalize that to equal about 30 cents a Deso. So he likes that because it allows more people to get in without having to buy but feel like they're buying an entire Deso, even though you don't need to buy an entire Deso. It's kind of a psychological thing. That's the same reason stocks split pretty much. And finally, he said proof of stake. They're getting really close. The white paper is going to be coming out soon, but he's hoping that sometime in Q2, so between March and the end of June, they should implement proof of stake, hopefully. So that was what I took from the video, other than the stuff that we, of course, already knew. But what do you think? Yeah, I mean, everybody should go watch it. I watched part of it, but I didn't get through the whole thing. I'm going to go back and watch the rest of that after doing this video. But he explained some of the apps on Deso. He went through Diamond app, Supernovas, Polygram, NFTs, Deso Messenger. He went through a bunch of them and kind of showed like what the capabilities are of this blockchain. I think it was a great format the way he did it. I just recommend everybody go and check it out. It's about 33 minutes long, I think. And I'm going to be doing the same thing later today. And I love the nerdy space theme. I can imagine people looking back on this video in like 15 or 20 years being like, God, that's so so stupid. But at the same time, it's just like, it's one of those things that could be like epically classic. Yeah, I can see the epically classic. I don't know about the stupid part, but the epically classic part I can definitely see. So Overcloud yesterday, an upcoming app for Deso, previewed their Discover page. And the Discover page is essentially, it's like a Pinterest light board, but it's going to show you the most diamonded, the most liked, the most discussed, the most viral posts and comments on Deso on one page. Definitely check it out. Go to Overcloud on Deso. They have a screenshot of what it's going to look like. Kind of reminds me a little bit of like Pinterest, but also like TweetDeck, where you can have all the different boxes and fill up the entire screen with multiple posts. I like it. I think it looks great. I think it's going to be help with discoverability of popular posts, of active posts. I just love what they're doing.
Yeah, and if all goes as planned, we should be seeing Overcloud officially release sometime before this month is over with. I think they actually said within the next week. So I think we're going to get a pretty good picture of what Overcloud is. And I know they've been doing a really good job, working really hard. And I think it's going to be a way to kind of differentiate another Deso node from the rest.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. Deso Feud is underway. So if you're familiar with Family Feud, Deso Feud is a game that's taking place on Deso. There's 64 contestants with head-to-head battles, and it's kind of like March Madness, where the winners move on, the losers go home. There's 6 rounds. Judges are going to decide on the winners. Those judges include Disruptopreneur, Shady Acres, Dennis Carsey, Deso Trolls, William Laurent, Deso Mun, Deso Feud, GDS, and GDS. They're the judges, and basically they're going to pose a question for each round. And the question for this round is, what was the most memorable / emotional moment for you on Deso? So basically, people are going to give their answer. They're going to tag Deso Feud in their post. And then it's going to be based on engagement of those posts. You're going to get points depending on how much engagement you receive, diamonds, likes, comments, reposts, etc. And then the Deso Feud judges will be voting on their favorites. So I think the engagement probably plays a role in what the judges decide on, but the judges ultimately make their decisions. And the winners are going to get NFTs, creator coins, all kinds of goodies. So definitely track this. Definitely watch what's going on. I think it's going to be fun to kind of see some of the posts that people make. Be sure to engage with some of your favorite ones. And it's a fun little game that I really think is a really cool idea.
Yeah, I love this idea. It reminds me of a few weeks ago, a month ago or so, Deso's Got Talent by Bad Santa. It's something that's going to increase engagement on the platform, and anything that does that is definitely a positive. And the way they're doing it, where the engagement on the post actually help the user, it's going to increase engagement. So I love it. If you're participating in it, I'm going to definitely be checking out what your answers are.
Yeah. And Ty Fisher made a post yesterday.
Yeah, so as you know, some Octane Fund grant recipients are waiting to hear back from the Octane Fund on their grants, on maybe the second bunch of money that they're supposed to be getting. Ty Fisher made a post saying that the updates are coming very soon concerning the Octane Fund grants, and that he realizes that some developers have been left in the dark. So that's good news for the developers. I have talked to a few developers that were a little bit frustrated, so I'm glad they're going to be working it out pretty soon.
Yeah, and Ty said he's been receiving a lot of questions, and that's not actually his role in the company. His role was just kind of to give analysis of what if a company deserves a grant, if we think it's worth giving money to build this program. He's not the actual one who's in charge of the Octane Fund. He's not actually the one who's replying to people based on the Octane Fund. Matryoshka yesterday. So yesterday we talked about Matryoshka's nesting dolls NFT. She released a new nesting dolls NFT that was 99 cents, and she's giving all the money raised from this to 20 different Ukrainian Deso creators. And Brian irresponsibly surmised that it was called Sapphire Marina because it was a play on the Sapphire NFT for DAO DAO. I don't know why he was so naive to come up with that idea, but he did, unfortunately. And Matryoshka wanted to correct us, or correct Brian, I should say, correct his
Sorry, Matryoshka.
His massive mistake has been corrected, and I want to clarify that for Matryoshka. So basically, it's based on a woman named Marina. I'm going to mess up this name, Marina Ovsyannikova. She is the Russian editor of Channel One in Russia. It's a pro-government state-run media outlet that most of Russia's population watches on TV every day. She actually you probably heard about this story. She interrupted the live news broadcast, holding a sign that was in both Russian and English, and it said, "No war, stop war, don't believe the propaganda. They lie to you here, Russia against war." So basically, she was saying the company that she works for, state-run Russian media, was selling propaganda and lying to their viewers about what was taking place in Ukraine. And since then, she's been arrested. Marina's been arrested, and she faces up to 15 years in prison for apparently lying about the Russian military. And it's this new law that Putin had put in place to penalize people who basically speak out against him and, debunk propaganda in Russia. So Matryoshka, with her Nesting Dolls NFT, is raising money in Marina's name in order to give to some Deso creators who are in the Ukraine. So definitely, it's only 99 cents. If you haven't done so already, head over to nestingdolls.nftz.zone. You'll see the latest NFT. If you click on create it, it's going to be ordered in the newest. Click on that NFT. It's 99 cents, people. You can afford to, buy this NFT. I'm sure 99 cents isn't going to break the bank. This isn't investment advice. This is a charitable cause. I'm not telling you this NFT is going to be worth anything in the future. Matryoshka is pretty talented, though. Matryoshka is a well-known person on Deso, so maybe it will be worth a lot in the future, but don't do it for that. Do it to help the Ukrainian community. Like I said, 99 cents. Just do it.
Yeah. And the story is it's just one that's, it's like so sad but pathetic at the same time, that this woman went out here, risked her life pretty much to just tell the world that Russia's lying to them. Because the people watching state-run Russian TV, a lot of them aren't watching other television networks. So
they can't.
So when they see this, it opens up their eyes, and it can open up a lot of eyes, and something like that can really change things, change the public's perception about what's happening within Russia. So I think it's it was such a strong message. It could really be powerful, and it could really change things. But at the same time, she's now facing 15 years in jail, which is a significant portion of her life.
Yeah. So definitely check out Matryoshka's Nesting Dolls NFTs. Octane pointed something out this morning on Deso. Mark Zuckerberg has confirmed that NFTs are coming to Instagram soon. Now, NFTs on Instagram, obviously it has to be on the blockchain. What blockchain are they going to choose? Do they choose Ethereum, where gas fees are super high? Do they choose Solana, where you're kind of more limited in what you cannot do? Or do they choose Deso, where gas fees are essentially non-existent? You can store so much more data than on Ethereum or Solana. I don't know. I mean, I feel like somebody has to make Mark Zuckerberg aware of Deso if he isn't aware already. I don't know who can actually do that. I don't know if anybody on Deso actually has Mark Zuckerberg's phone number where they can just be like, oh, I'm going to text Mark and tell him about Deso. I highly doubt that's the case. But I think somebody has to figure out a way to get to Mark Zuckerberg's ear and put Deso in his mind.
Yeah, I mean, could you imagine if they actually did do it on the Deso blockchain? I mean, it's highly unlikely, but if they did, it would be good for the whole social space online. Obviously, Deso is the more powerful blockchain when it comes to storage and fees. So try and get the word out to Mark.
Yeah, I'm not saying Instagram would become a Deso node where all the Instagram posts are on Deso. I highly doubt Zuckerberg is going to do that, given that he's running a corporation and he has shareholders to answer to, and that probably wouldn't be the best business plan, giving up all your data to the blockchain right now if you're Mark Zuckerberg. But implementing NFTs on the Deso blockchain. Just saying, it's probably a pretty good idea, Mark.
Well, yeah, and you could actually integrate some of the blockchain so that it is easier to make the post into an NFT in a swift motion rather than having to say, hey, we want to mint it on Ethereum and then connecting to the Ethereum blockchain. I think there's definitely some lucrative possibilities there for Instagram and Facebook.
But don't worry, Mark, if you don't do it, Story and Pearl will, and they'll take over Instagram pretty soon.
Right.
So what were the top hashtags yesterday, Brian?
Yep. So a lot of the same ones we've been seeing. Deso was #1. Ukraine was #2. Dharmesh's wordplay #3. NFT and music. So a lot of the same ones. Ukraine's still up there, of course. And Dharmesh's wordplay is getting a lot of action, it looks like.
And the top open prosper accounts yesterday, top earners from Deso?
Yeah, so yesterday we said that there might have been a bug. Silo kind of confirmed that there was a bug, so all the data might not have been there. It was related to something happening on the blockchain that wasn't syncing correctly. But Open Prosper, their top earners in the last 24 hours, there's been 15 creators who earn at least one Deso. $7,388 in total was earned in the last 24 hours. And 929 different creators actually earned on Deso, which is down a little bit from the days prior, except yesterday, which was a little bit out of the window. But the top 10 were DAO at 5,310. So that made up 5,310 of the $7,388 earned, selling NFTs, mostly those new Sapphire NFTs for one Deso a piece. All Clothing brand was #2, followed by Gold Hands, The Free Will, Vishal Gulia, Cloutpunk, Unix 144, Rhubarb, Desoman, and Tunel Eros with their NFTs. So congrats to all those earners. And I'm sure we're going to see some of you probably there tomorrow as well.
Yeah, and the community events for today, there's actually 4 of them. 11 a.m. Eastern time on Clubhouse is Crypto Ladies on the Mic. And today they're talking about the power of consistency. Brian and I are huge proponents of being consistent. I think it's going to be an interesting conversation. I'll definitely try and attend. That's going to be with Deso Chats, Ms. Katie Ann, Michelle Lord, Clout Women Unite, Wildographies, All Things Creative, Izzy, Natalie Art, Sabira, Oh La La, Debo M, Brecky, Mina Athena, Goldberry, and more at 2 p.m. Eastern time. This is on Entra. It's Web3 Wednesdays. Web3 Wednesday with Sean, Miriam, Damien, Caleb. How do you say that name? Why can't I get it? Caleb. Okay. I knew that, but I just couldn't say it. Caleb, Carrie Silverman, and more. At 3 p.m. Eastern time on Entra is WTF is Deso, minting visual music NFTs on Supernovas, live with DOZ. 4 p.m. Eastern time on Clubhouse is NFT photography in Web3 with Think Different, French Connector, Wilfred Chung, Wildography, Michelle Lord, and Zoran. Definitely check those out. It's an action-packed community day on Deso from pretty much from 11 a.m. through probably 5 p.m. or so. So definitely check it out. It's going to be a fun day. And we will talk to everyone tomorrow.